Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You got your boys here, Lanny and Bert, the Dividend Diplomats. We are talking today about this massive company that is down almost 5% so far in 2025. This company is down from record highs that it saw last year. The question is this a rare buying opportunity for this large cap stock?
Ooh, guys, before we dive in to see if it is a nice opportunity, smash that subscribe button. Give us a nice thumbs up. Takes 2 seconds, guys. You're already here on the channel. Let's make some noise. Let's have some fun. Let's see these numbers go up for the diplomats because we're doing this for fun, guys. We are not doing this for full time at all, but we're still cranking out 5 videos a week. Why? Because we care about the industry. We care about you guys, and we ain't stopping, baby. So, Bert, there's a certain stock here in 2025 that's down almost 4%, shaving off tens and tens of dollars off that share price.
That's right. And we're going to just rip the band-aid off. We're talking about Lockheed Martin, ticker symbol LMT. The defense sector giant is now down to $468.85 per share. Guys, thanks for being patient with me. My voice has been gone for the last week because I've been sick. So if I've been sounding quiet on these videos, hopefully it's going to end soon by the next go around. So thanks again for going in there. But Lockheed's Lockheed. You do your best.
Pour some tea out for Bert. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
give some props to Uncle Bert over here.
Yeah. So Lockheed, why is Lockheed popping up on my watch list?
Why? Why,
Well,
Bert?
obviously, earnings are going to get released at the end of the month. So we're going to see really what's going on with Lockheed Martin. It's been reported that they have a record backlog. That's the thing about the defense sector. The contract are a large dollar amount. They're military, and they're guaranteed for a fairly large time. Lockheed Martin has amassed a backlog of $165 billion of projects. So that's $165 billion of revenue that's already locked up
With
for
the B.
future years. Yeah, with a B. They're expecting revenue of $74 billion over the next few years. So basically 2 years worth of revenue in a backlog is locked up. And that might not even just be the next 2 years.
Yeah.
So that's what's,
Yeah. Chump change.
yeah, chump change is exactly right. Management is expecting it's going to be 5% sales growth over 2024. So you're seeing sales growing. You're seeing them continue to grow revenue. And there's been a lot of stuff going on in the world, a lot of weapons, a lot of things getting sent off elsewhere. So stockpiles are
Yeah.
going to have to be
A lot of
replenished.
illegal weapons possibly being purchased.
Yeah, everywhere. So they're going to have to be replenished. Stockpiles, the U.S. are going to have to fill it up, and Lockheed Martin's positioned to do that. So the revenue growth is still strong for the company.
And with revenue growth, the very fun part about it seems like they manage below the revenue line item quite a bit with expenses and share count, trying to get earnings to be higher and higher. So they're, correct me if I'm wrong, Bert, but when you look at it, their EPS growth is always a little bit stronger than that revenue growth.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. We'll put the two charts up here. Revenue is expected to grow 5% in 24, between 3 and 5% for the rest of the successive years, according to Seeking Alpha. Earnings, though, to your point, earnings growth is supposed to be between 4% and 7% over that same time period. So they do a great job managing those expenses, keeping the bottom line stronger than the top line growth. It's nice to see.
Not to get political, but with the Trump administration, does this help the defense industry?
I think yes and no. There will be some things that are going to come to an end, some spending that will come to an end, some backfilling you're going to need to do with replenishing like your stockpiles and some of the stuff you've given away. But with every administration, whether it's planned or not, there's always going to be events that come up that are unforeseen over the next 4 years. Doesn't matter what you say, stuff's going to happen that's going to always need the defense sector,
In
unfortunately.
the words of Bert, hits the fan
Yeah.
sometimes.
But
Well,
there
let's look
is,
at the metrics, though, Bert. We're going to
yeah.
dive into the DD stock screener again. Let's protect Bert's voice. Thanks for rocking with us this week. Give him a thumbs up here on this video. Like this video for Bert pushing through here, guys. Again, we're going to put him through the stock screener focused on the dividend, payout ratio, dividend growth, PE ratio. We'll look at dividend yield. We're going to take a quick look at what that balance sheet is, looking at that current ratio, quick ratio, trajectory of that long-term debt, guys. Again, I love Lockheed Martin. This has been a great stock in my portfolio for 15 years, guys. This is one of my best performing stocks, best performing dividend growth stocks. Again, I've been with them for almost 14 or 15 dividend increases out of their 22-year history, as you'll see. So very excited to see if this is a stock to buy right now.
Yeah, so that price is 468.85. Forward earnings are expected to be just under $28. So that gives you a price earnings ratio of 16.86. Historically, though, interestingly, Lanny, this is just in line with their 5 year average price earnings ratio of 16.5x. So
Wow.
even though you've seen
Wow.
this price come down, they must have been at such a high valuation in 2024 that they're
They
now
were,
reverting back to the mean. It's hard to, they are checking that box of, yes, they are cheaper than the S&P 500, but are they cheaper compared to their historical mark? And that answer is no. And I think that's a very important point for us to cover here with Lockheed Martin.
yeah, pretty fascinating how high priced that this company was, and now they're finally coming back to reality. And Bert, just to take a pause here, while everybody likes the hell out of this video, you did start building a position at some point recently, right?
Yes, I have 7 or 8 shares. I can't remember, but it was in, I think, the high
Three.
300s, low
Yeah.
400s. So it's not far off from where I started building it. So that's why this one is getting interesting. I'd love to find a way to get Lockheed Martin to that 10 share mark. Maybe
Got to
2.1.
find a way. Bert wants to find a way home here,
Yeah.
guys, with Lockheed Martin. So
Let's see the
the
rest of them.
dividend payout ratio, again, they pay a $13.20 overall annual dividend, again, spread over 4 quarters. A beautiful payout ratio below 50% at 47.5%, guys.
Dividend growth, they never really blow you away from dividend growth, but it is really consistent. It's always in that mid to high single digit range. 5 year dividend growth rate is
Yeah. I
7.21%.
remember the good days when they were always double digits, man.
Yeah, easy. Take it easy, Lanny. Take it easy. Those days are long gone. It's high single digits now. They are almost a dividend aristocrat, though. They are so close to that club. They've increased that dividend for 22 consecutive years. So freaking awesome,
Wow.
Lockheed Martin.
Very awesome, guys. Dividend yield is at 2.82%, very close to 3%. I'm curious if Bert's itching to get to 3% yield on this stock, but they are beating their 5 year average of 2.62%, giving you 20 basis points above that. Again, down 4% this year, up 13% in the last 5 years, 111 billion in market cap. We're going to throw those metrics up there, but we'll take a quick peek under the hood, Bert, right? What's the balance sheet look like? Because we need to know how liquid, how flexible is Lockheed in an ever-changing defensive landscape.
So let's start with the good and the bad for the balance sheet. The good, current and quick ratio are both over 1x, the marks that we want to see. Current's 1.3, quick is 1.1. So liquid, yes, they can cover bills for the next 12 months with or without inventory. Fantastic. There is one alarming thing, though, with Lockheed Martin. One thing that is raising those alarm bells, that long-term debt, Lanny. That long-term debt for Lockheed Martin continues to grow. Debt to equity is over 2 times X, because at the end of 2022, it was 15.4 billion. End of 23, it was 17.3 billion. As of last quarter end at 9/30, 19.2 billion. So every year they've added $2 billion of debt to that balance sheet, which is growing, which I think is fascinating for Lockheed Martin.
Yeah, growing long-term debt balance sheet, but yet they're still liquid,
Yeah,
from a
sure.
less than 1 year standpoint.
Yeah.
But
So
now they are swelling up to about 20 billion. Not like a ton of growth in the debt, but maybe they're adding debt and adding debt as pricing's coming down possibly on that debt. But it's probably not coming down as much as everybody had hoped.
no, and it's probably after today's inflation news, it's probably not coming down any faster. So all right, everyone. So those are the metrics of Lockheed. I think Lanny said it. He kind of stole where I was going with it. A yield of 3% for Lockheed Martin, and then I get really interested in possibly adding more. So you take that dividend of 13.20 divided by 0.03, that gives you a price of $440 or below. Lockheed Martin,
5% drop.
interesting thing with Lockheed, $440 is a lot, so it doesn't have to be a full share. You can nibble. Free trades make it possible where you can add a half share, a quarter share, whatever you want to do to build your position in a company like Lockheed without having to do a full one if you don't want to, or you just want to buy one. It's all there. But for me, it's not going to happen at least until they're 440, possibly even lower.
Let us know what you guys think of Lockheed Martin stock. Are you a buyer now at 468? Or are you a buyer similar to maybe going in a little bit deeper at the 3% yield mark at $440 a share, guys. Let us know if you think this is a stock to buy. Bert says it's not in bad price right now, but looking at possibly more at $440 a share for Lockheed Martin stock, guys. Like this video, subscribe to this guy's dang channel, baby.
And remember, you're either with us or you're against us, Jack.
That was Bert the Hurt and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.